taking a chance.
All right. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up, Yodi?
Not much, Rance. How are you on this awesome Monday? TCM Live.
TCM Live, we back.
Yes, we're back. Welcome back. My name is Yodi Moses out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, representing TCM Global Educator and Yodi International. We here. Rance, tell them what it is.
And I'm Rance John out of St. Louis, Missouri, co-founder of TCM. We got a great topic for him today, Yodi.
Yes, we do. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah. You want to hit him over the head, let him know what we got going on today?
Let me tell you what. Listen, this is the last day in the new year. I'm sure people made resolutions. Guess what? No resolutions. Today's topic is about no resolutions. Mm-hmm. So, and how difficult it is. You know, we roll out the end of the year saying we're going to do all these amazing things. And then what happened? Let's talk about it, Rance.
Listen, you know what happens.
We've got these big charts.
Either you accomplish it or you don't. You know what happens.
Exactly. So, yeah, we're talking about this thing. So it's so difficult. So I know they're great ideas and want us to get in. We have these new aspirations and aspiring to do these amazing things, physically, personally, business-wise, financially. So how do we really stick to these resolutions? I say, don't. Here, we were talking earlier, no resolutions. I said make new habits, create good intentions. And how do we do that? How do we sit down and make good intentions and new habits, create new habits?
Well, I think for one, you want to make sure you review your life. Go over your life and go over like what you have going on personally. You have to do a quick review, as far as what you expect moving forward for your life.
Right.
And just do some self-inventory. That's where we actually need to start. That's first.
Totally.
So even with the new year, you know what I like to do, Yodi? I don't like to start and just say, okay, I'm making some changes at the top of the new year. I like to start before the year even, so that's just me, Well,
I'm with you on that. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. Start now, as far as don't wait for the new year to come in. Go ahead and you already know what it is that you want to do by the end of the year because you're already taking self-inventory. So go ahead and start then on what you're going to do on kicking off, what your new habits will be and your intentions are. And I think for me, I think one of the first thing is, like you said, is do the self-inventory. Mm-hmm. I think one thing that comes straight to mind from what we were talking about earlier is setting like micro goals. We make these huge goals and I think they're unattainable because they become unattainable and become challenging and we get discouraged from even moving forward with that because we made it so big and blown out of perspective that it's challenging because life happens. And so start small, make really micro goals. For example, what's one of the biggest resolutions, Rance, people thrive? I want to do what?
You know what it is. The gym is packed right now.
Load it down. I see so many people meal prepping, videos popping, saying I'm about to drop this 50 pounds. And realistically, let's be realistic. In order to stick with those type of goals, I think we should start small. Yeah. Make small micro goals and then kind of journey from there and document what you're doing. And I think therefore it's more attainable that way. And you feel good while you're doing it because, you set things too over top. It's kind of hard to kind of jump over there, especially if you've just been crawling the whole time.
Yeah. And I think with some of your micro goals, I think you want to start, even say, for instance, if we use, let's just say working out as an example. You don't want to just dive in and you want to try to do what you see someone doing that's been working out for, a year to 5 years or however long that has some experience in the gym. Start off with something light, and just kind of work your way in. Let's just say, for instance, just start off walking. But just the micro goal is to just stay active and try to work your way up to a mile with a walk or whatever the case may be. But start off with something small.
That's right.
Try not to put too much on your shoulders too fast.
Yeah, because I think that's where we all get discouraged, especially with that particular goal. And that particular people get discouraged so fast because, think about it now. I know we got so much more to talk about.
Yeah.
If you haven't been working out, you're trying to do 10 miles or 5 miles, and it's not happening because, first of all, you set a goal because physically and mentally, you're not in shape and ready for it. So the micro goal will help you kind of minimize something realistic and then it's attainable to do a mile or half a mile, and then work your way up to your mile for the first 2-3 weeks in the year, and then kind of go on. I think that way, and do self-inventory and progress check yourself along the way, and then expand it.
How would you say you prep for the micro goal? Like, what are some things that you probably want to implement and put in place?
Like, I'll piggyback on what we were talking about last week from self-care, like, the whole meditation piece. That's one of my goals, is to meditate better, because I think we talked about how that's part of self-care, and making these new habits. I minimize like 5 to 7 minute window. I try to sit there in silence. So creating like a time frame and really tracking myself and writing down my progress on how I'm doing it. And it really kind of helped me to say, okay, that's one of my micro goals, and that's how it's effective and it's really working. So I'm gonna catch up with you, Rance. Maybe sit there at 5 in the morning. I'm gonna do it because it's a healthy move and it feel good. So that's one of my goals that I created as a micro goal. And then, of course, reading more, eating better. Yeah. And I was sitting there thinking, Rance, also too, about the whole thing is we have to understand, like, why are we making it a goal? Like, why is it a goal? Like, why did we really select that as a goal? What's the reasoning behind it?
That's good. So even if I piggyback off of that as a parent, I think for myself, one of the micro goals that I've made for myself, I spend a lot of time in my vehicle with my kids.
Okay.
So sometimes we just kind of have just random conversations, which is good.
Right.
But I want to interject more focus-driven conversations and intentional conversations, as opposed to just frivolous conversations. Which are fine as well, because you have to have fun with your children, but at the same time, they're growing, they're getting older.
Yes.
They won't be with me much longer.
Right.
So, I want to just kind of more so drive home, what their intentions are in terms of like what their goals are and where they want to go in life, and just securing their future, so to speak.
That's awesome. Yeah. I like that, Rance. I like that. I think about some of my friends, and they have kids and they're in school. So that's a good idea. So as you're journeying around in the car, taking like a 5 or 10 minute session with each other and talking about what they want to do and what's their
now, Yodi, you have to do that in moderation. You don't want to do it overload, right? Because
they get overwhelmed.
Because at some point they won't get in the car with you.
They're like, look, Dad, I'm about to talk. I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm over it. So that little resolution is out the window.
Exactly.
That's good, Rance. I appreciate that. That's a good one. I like that. And I'm sure our listeners are definitely taking key to this. And that's a good point. Like, don't do it all the time.
Right.
The moderation. Everything in moderation.
Right. Play their station, sing with them, do all that.
Right.
You have to be smooth about it, all right?
That's what you got to be smooth when it comes to it. Don't just jump all in, diving in. Consistent consideration. So that's one of the key points of being considerate with yourself when you're making these goals. So that's a good point. I like that. Oh my gosh. So I was sitting there thinking, like, people make the resolutions and people say, how do you stick to, I guess once you understand the why, how do you stick to the resolution? And what are some things that you can do to like say, okay, I got this. I can do this. Like, you think maybe if people like set a time span when they got a certain goal they want to have, try to at least the micro goals, jump in there and say maybe 3 weeks or so, by third week, maybe reward yourself. And that's an inspiration to continue with the goal. You think?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Also, you know what? Journal your progress.
Yes, that journal. That's true, because then, especially with a person, you're writing your journal. You go and read it. You kind of can see where you were and then where you are, and then kind of like jot down where you're going. And that's inspirational too. Zeus says, "I told you."
I like your house, Yodi. You got there's always something going on.
It's live.
It's TCM live for real over at your house.
Organic, totally organic. We going 1 million, y'all. We going for 1 million. 1 million views. Cause look, it's live. It's real. If you want real talk, no resolutions, real talk live is happening right here on TCM Live. Man, I can't catch it. But
you know another one also, Yodi, outside of the journal. and outside of rewarding yourself, is an accountability partner.
Accountability. Yes. Yes. That's true.
Yeah.
So get you so let's say if it's the goal for working out is maybe have a partner that you're working out with, and you check in like, okay, or going together like, okay, I'm at the gym, where are you? That'll kind of pump you up to do it. Or like you said, it could be any of the goals. That's the financial budget. Make sure you have a friend that's like, definitely, hey, look, you said you wanted to save this amount of money at the first Q1, first quarter. By second quarter, what's your goals? Where are you? So accountability partner. I think that's a good tool to have someone.
But you know what I would say?
The accountability.
That accountability partner that you have, that the goal that you set in that particular area. I would suggest have an accountability partner that's a few steps ahead of you. In that.
Oh, that's good. That's good, because that would come out a challenge. You both trying to just jumping out the box to start new intention, and you both
you guys both can crash and burn at the same time.
And then it's like you crash and burn, and it's like, wait a minute.
Y'all going down together, you know?
Yes, and that's so discouraged. Like, wait a minute, we sinking here. We need one up. We need someone to one up on us. And they'll pull us all the way up. Oh my gosh. So I like that. So consideration, accountability partner. I think we tapped on it, but I was sitting here thinking with that too is slowing down the process. Don't rush it. Because I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to get to this goal. And I don't want to say, we're not going to say resolution somewhere. That's why I say no resolution. This goal, this intention, and new habits, we have to kind of be patient with ourselves. We gotta be patient. We are critics, and we were hard on ourselves. I think, you know, the whole thing about the turtle and the rabbit. The turtle win, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be patient. Be patient with yourself and be forgiving of yourself if you don't, you know, if you happen to like miss out on, like last week here, I didn't get in the gym, Rance. I missed out all last week, but I did a little stuff in the house, but I had to be patient with myself. I was hurting myself. Being patient. We have to be patient because we're only human. And the biggest thing I think is you're trying.
So with the patience, when you miss your goal, we have to practice forgiveness also, right? We have to forgive ourselves, because sometimes we can be hard on ourselves when we don't accomplish certain goals, or we find that we may have had a workout goal. We continuously use that, but we may have had a workout goal, and we might mess around and eat some cookies, or, you know, and binge and cheat. You know, we don't stick to our diet, or we're not going to the gym and, you know, doing the things that we need to do. But we have to forgive ourselves. Yeah,
we have to. We have to, because I think that's what's going to keep us afloat on staying in tune with our intentions and our new habits is that we're going to make a mistake, because we're trying to get into this new way of life and conform, and you know, life become hectic. So we have to be forgiving of ourselves so that we can continue on and not hold ourselves. And I think that'll discourage us if we don't forgive ourselves and just say, okay, I missed today, but tomorrow I'm on it, and stick to it, and go, like you said, go to that journal and read the journal, go to your daily calendar and see what it is that you have on, you know, on post for that day to make things happen.
Yep.
So this is awesome, good stuff. Because I'm sure I was sitting there reading and thinking about we're talking about the whole percentage of how many people set these goals. What was it, like 8 to 10% of the people really the ones that stick to fulfilling the goal? That's a big gap.
It is a big gap.
That's a big gap. Like, that's why we say don't make resolutions, create great habits, and follow these different tools we mentioned, and the accountability, the being forgiven, the selecting the time, and
so let's be real. I want you to be I want you to share, and I'm gonna share something, and you share something as well.
Okay.
So what's a goal? What's a goal or something that you set in place?
Okay.
Set out to finish and complete that you didn't.
That I didn't do. Okay.
Yeah. We could go off last year. We're not gonna go off this year.
Off last year? Okay. Yeah. So personally, professionally,
or inconsistent with either or.
I'll say this one, because this one, I had a goal to have like the Yodi branding stuff like rolled out. I didn't do it. I started off, I got all these beautiful materials. I got everything set in place, website up running and things like that, but I don't have my marketing material. I want personal, me. On a personal for me, I failed to like really complete my reading task. I have 3 books, and I failed that, so that kind of failed me. And just being true to myself. I'm being real honest and real raw. Being true to myself and being good to myself. Yeah. I failed that. I failed to eat well. I failed to like stop holding myself like in a critical sense. You know. Shush, shush. Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, all right.
You want to join the show? You got to make an appearance.
You're right. It's a beautiful dog, by the way.
Thank you.
You know what I would say for myself, Yodi? I was looking to set aside a budget for a particular business that I wanted to launch.
Yes.
I got there, but I dipped into the bag. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Me too. Well, that's me too. Me too.
I dipped into the bag, and you know what I had to do? I had to practice forgiveness. So, listen, it set me back some, but I'm on top of it.
Well, Rance, I make a confession. That was one of I probably had a few things. Me too. And he kind of looked at it like, well, turn. You had to dip into it when something came up. That was that being forgiven because life became hectic and the chaos kicked in.
Yeah.
Especially coming from where we were, like the whole lockdown and then the pandemic. Uh-huh. So that kind of made we give ourselves a forgiving pass for that. We call it pandemic, COVID-19.
Yeah. You know what, Yodi? We're gonna take a small break. We're gonna come back, but I want to go to the edge segment, and I want to talk about the product of the week, which is an all-natural beard balm.
Okay.
Check this out, guys.
Product of the week: the all-natural TCM beard balm. Our beard balm is infused with moringa oil, sunflower seed oil, castor oil, and shea butter. Scoop out a nice pea-sized amount, rubbing your hands together to emulsify the product. Apply directly to your beard using your fingers or a beard brush. For best results, use the least amount possible to get the shine and hold you are looking for. TCM Beard Balm, TCMLifestyle.com.
Oh my goodness. Woo! Listen, Rance, made me go ahead and pop the top. Pop the top. I love this. I love the beard balm.
Yes,
I love
that's
it.
good.
It is awesome.
Yes,
it is. Can't wait. So let's see. So what's got what we got going on? So we recapping. We did the accountability,
reward yourself.
Be forgiving of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Have a accountability partner buddy system.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Schedule time. Schedule
your time.
To achieve your goals.
Yeah. Journal. Make sure you look at your journal, your calendar for yourself, and don't be so hard if you just missed it by a little bit. Don't be hard on yourself. Just the biggest thing I'll say too is don't quit. Don't give up. Just keep doing. It's hard to kind of just like throw in the towel. Just don't do it. Just keep moving forward. Because, you know, like we said, I think we tapped on so many things from our personal, physical, financial. And you know what, Rance? You know something? I said when you asked me that question, I thought about the life of fun, the leisure life, the personal life of stepping out and doing things and you know, enjoying life.
Yeah.
Traveling.
That's important.
That was a big.
That's important.
Oh my God. Yes, it is so. I mean, really traveling and getting away, we just disconnect.
Yeah. Yes.
Totally disconnect.
That ties back into last week's show, into self-care as well.
Yes, indeed. It does. Definitely that. So you're thinking like last week was definitely about self-care. Mm-hmm. And this one is no resolutions. Don't you see all of it kind of like meshed together? So we have to like. And I hope that self-care is on everyone's new intentions and habit list, because that's one of those big things that I think it definitely help us to actually fulfill these new habits and intentions is when we're taking care of ourselves. I think that should be the number one on most people's no resolution list, but intentions and creating new habits list.
It's going to tie into next week as well, because next week's show, I think we're going to talk about something else. We're going to shift gears a little bit next week, right?
Oh, Rance, next week, honey. What are we going to talk about? It's matter of the hearts.
Matter of the hearts.
Matter of the heart. Next
date
week.
Nights, love and respect.
Ooh-wee. Hey, love and respect. Look, I thought
that's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good one. So listen, I definitely hope everyone is tapped in because I'm sure. Look, I got some good people, some good comments on last week, and so I'm definitely let's make sure that everyone know that next week. Ooh.
Yeah, tap in. We got some good things to talk about and discuss.
Please tap in.
As a matter of fact, we might pull somebody in next week, so we're gonna see what's going on. We might do that.
Now that will be hot. That will be hot. That will be hot. Bring somebody in and talk about matters of the heart.
Yeah. All right, so guys, what y'all think? Leave some comments in the comment section.
Yes.
Good show.
Yes, and be sure to tap in and tell your friend to tell a friend. Share our links, share our lives. And if you miss it, go ahead and watch again because hopefully we'll get more people tapping in and asking the questions. We got a few. Let's ask more questions.
Yep.
Rance, it's always a pleasure to tap in, and I can't wait till next week because that matter of the heart, that's a serious one. Heartbeat. Follow us on. Make sure that also tell everyone where to follow us on IG. And
at TCM Collection on IG and on Facebook as well.
And for all our Pinterest people that's out there, also tap into TCM Lifestyle. Okay.
Absolutely. So we see you guys next week.
All right. Thank you for tapping in.
TCM Live.
No resolution.